Is Peninsula Plateau, Indian Desert, coastal plains of India, and islands of India.
India, with an area of 3.3 million square kilometer, is a subcontinent. It is surrounded by the Bay of Bengal in the east, the Arabian Sea in the west, and the Indian Ocean to the south. It is known for its diverse physical features. Himalayas, young-fold mountains, run in a west-east direction from the Indus to the Brahmaputra. The Indian desert is an undulating sandy plain covered with sand dunes and receives very low rainfall. The northern plains, being about 2,400 km long and 240 to 320 km broad, is a densely and agriculturally productive part of India. Peninsular Plateau, the oldest landmass, is a tableland composed of the old crystalline, igneous, and metamorphic rocks. The Peninsular Plateau is flanked by a stretch of narrow coastal strips running along the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal in the east. Andaman and Nicobar Islands lie in the Bay of Bengal in the east, and Lakshadweep Islands lie in the Arabian Sea to the west of the Indian mainland.
Factors for the modification of relief. A number of processes have created and modified the relief to its present form. These are external forces like weathering, erosion, and deposition. Internal forces like tectonic movement. We will study about each of these forces separately. External forces. Weathering is the breakdown and alteration of rocks on the earth due to their exposure to the atmosphere. Erosion is the wearing away of the landscape by different agents such as wind, water, and ice. Deposition. Weathered materials are transported and deposited through wind and water. Internal forces result in the sudden movements of the Earth's crust, lead to the upliftment and sinking of the Earth's surface. Example, formation of mountain after collision between two plates. Let us know about the major physiographic divisions of India. The main physiographic divisions of India are Himalayas, Northern Plains, Peninsula Plateau, Indian Desert, Coastal Plains, and Islands. We'll start with the Himalayas and try to know more about it with the help of the following video.
Himalayas is the place that joins beauty. On the highest peak, temperature can drop to -40 degrees Celsius, and the altitude is starving oxygen. The word Himalayas is a Sanskrit word which means the abode of snow. This mountain system in Asia form a broad continuous arc of nearly 1600 miles along the northern fringes of the Indian subcontinent from the bend of the Indus River in the northwest to the Brahmaputra River in the east. The Himalayas form the Earth's highest mountain region. Some 30 peaks penetrate 25,000 feet. It contains 9 of the 10 highest peaks in the world. Among these peaks is the world's highest mountain, Mount Everest, is 29,028 feet high. The second highest peak is K2, or Mount Godwin Austen, which is 28,251 feet high. The other high mountain ranges include Kanchenjunga, Makalu, Dholagiri, Annapurna 1, Nanga Parvat, and Nanda Devi. Himalayas is also one of the youngest mountain ranges in the world, near 5 million years old. The Himalayas forms 3 parallel zones, namely the Great Himalayas, the Middle Himalayas, and the South Himalayas, which includes the Simalik Range and foothills and the Tarai and Luars field forms. The foothills of the South Himalayas are covered by tropical moist, deciduous forests. In these forests, many rare species are found. These forests are homes to rare golden landworms. Down in the valley, there are many red pandas inside. Red pandas are suckers for bamboos. They are mainly found in China and only in a very small population lives in Bhutan. In Bhutan, many colorful birds are found. South Himalayas disappear in Bhutan, and then further up in the Middle Himalayas, there are many different creatures. Bulldog gibbons are the only apes found in India. Their thick, dense furs are better than any coat. Himalayas fly various creatures thousands of feet up into the heavens. These creatures are a type of wild goats. Snow leopards are also found in the Great Himalayan region. The other animals found here are musk deers, sheep, and wolves. Nearly 40 million people are residing in the Himalayas. The Hindus inhabit South Himalayas and the Middle Himalayan valleys from eastern Kashmir to Nepal. Tibetan Buddhists inhabit the Great Himalayas from Ladakh to northeast India. Ladakh is a very spiritual place. Followers of Buddhism live there, and there are many Buddhist temples located. People who are residing in the Himalayan region have domesticated the yak. Yak can live in higher altitudes than any other animal. There are now very few wild yaks left in the world. People in this region depend on yaks for all their needs. Himalayas is the place of enchanted history. On the highest peak, temple, formation of hill. All the present continents were once together, and they were collectively known as supercontinent, called a Pangea. The word Pangea means all lands in Greek. Panthalessa meaning all sea was the vast global ocean that surrounded the supercontinent Pangea. Around 200 million years ago, Pangea broke up into 2 smaller continents, the southern continent called Gondwanaland and the northern continent called Eurasia. Over time, these 2 landmasses began to split up into smaller continents, which moved in different directions. The continents moved with speed ranging from 2.5 centimeters to 3 centimeters a year. The continents were separating into land masses that looked like our modern-day continents. All the present continents were once together, and they were collectively known as supercontinent, called a Pangea. The word Pangea means all lands in Greek. Panthalassa meaning all sea was the vast global ocean that surrounded the supercontinent Pangea. Around 200 million years ago, Pangea broke up into two smaller continents, the southern continent called Gondwanaland and another continent called Eurasia. Over time, these two land masses began to split up into smaller continents, which moved in different directions. The continents moved with speed ranging from 2.5 centimeters to 3 centimeters a year. The continents were separating into land masses that looked like our modern-day continents. Millions of years ago, there was a supercontinent known as the Pangea. Around 200 million years ago, it broke into two land masses. As a result, rivers from both the Eurasian landmass and the southern Indian landmass started depositing large amounts of sediments into a shallow sea called the deadheads. There was a movement of the two Australian plate towards Eurasian plate. These two landmasses moved closer and closer. Later, these plates got completely locked in the deep sea. This rose the sediments of the deep sea upwards and formed the Himalayas. Now watch the animation to learn about the formation of Himalayas.
The Himalayas consist of three parallel ranges. Himadri, Himachal, and Shimali. We'll study about these three ranges in detail in the following slides.
Himadri is the northernmost range of Himalayas. It has an average elevation of 6,100 meters and is permanently covered by snow. It is the longest and most continuous belt of the Himalayas, containing 9 out of the 14 highest peaks in the world. All these 9 peaks are more than 8,000 meters in height and include Mount Everest, the highest mountain peak in the world. Several glaciers like the Gangotri and the Yamunotri are also found in the Himadri. The middle Himalayas, or the Himachal, lies to the south of the Himadri. It has an elevation ranging from 3,700 to 4,500 meters and has a width of 75 kilometers. It is a rugged mountain system which is composed of highly compressed and altered rocks. It covers the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Western Uttar Pradesh, and some of the northeastern states. The Himachal mountain ranges are well known for their valleys and hill stations.
The prominent ranges in the Himalayan mountain range are Pir Panjal Range, Dhauladhar Range, and Mahabharat Range.
The Shivalik or the outer Himalayas are the southernmost edge of the Himalayas. It is the lowest, narrowest, and the deepest range of the Himalayas. Its elevation ranges from 900 to 1200 meters. It rises steeply from the great northern plains of India and Pakistan and is composed of unconsolidated sediments. It comprises of several dunes like Dehradun, Kotli Dun, Patli Dun, etc., and is considered to be the storehouse of timber. Let us know about the regional division of the Himalayas through a video on the next slide.